It's another edition of the Temple University Football Coaches Show, powered by Peerless Boilers. Peerless builds America's best boilers. Temple suffers their first loss of the season in a thriller at the Link on Saturday night as Temple goes down to the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame by a score of 24-20. Next up is SMU on a short week, Friday night, 8 p.m. So let's go over to Edberg Olson Hall right now and welcome in Francis Brown on the official Temple University Football Coaches Show. Coach Brown, thanks for a few minutes. It's Zach and Mike here on Temple's campus. How are you?
No, fine. How you guys doing?
Well, we're doing great, and we appreciate you giving us a few minutes. Your guys in the secondary did a really nice job on Fuller for most of the game until the end. What did you see out of your corners do so well in coverage up against Notre Dame and their lethal passing attack?
I just played good technique. Those guys watched a lot of film all week, and they were prepared and ready to, go out there and compete with those guys at a high level.
On that last play for the Notre Dame, where they went on that 17-yard, they had that touchdown pass. They beat Will Hayes in coverage. What did you see go wrong on that last touchdown pass?
Throughout the week, I didn't put an emphasis on, cover two, just making sure that we reroute that guy and put that really good on the outside, So by me not doing that, putting the emphasis on that, I just worried about covering on man-to-man and on different things. I didn't focus on two as much, and, I put Will in the bind by not having Tavon fully ready for that last play. And Will Hayes, the vertical got on Will Hayes pretty fast, so I would kind of put that on me, not really the guys. I was more coaching.
Coach Matt Rule said the other day at his press conference that he feels like your players haven't moved past the Notre Dame loss yet. You have a quick week. SMU's coming up on Friday. What was the feel like in practice today, and have they finally moved past that loss?
I'm just flying around today in practice. Guys are starting to move on. Of course, that loss was devastating. You got one right there that you feel and know that you could have won, and you feel like you should have won, and that always hurt a little bit. But our guys are starting to move on now. I think today in practice showed that we're ready to go and attack SMU. Guys have been coming in the same way, doing the same routine. So it just hurts to lose. You don't want that feeling of losing, and we're not losers here. Coach Rule is very competitive, so we're kind of all take after Coach Rule. We just want to continue to win and win. And when you do take a loss like that, we kind of hate losing here now. It's not something that we want to be accustomed to.
We're talking to defensive backs coach Francis Brown. And, Coach, how much fun is it just coaching this defense? You obviously are specifically the defensive backs coach, but alongside Coach Robinson, Coach Charavo, and obviously under the umbrella of Coach Snow, just how much fun is it to see all those guys on that defensive unit compete?
Oh, it's fun, man. We compete every day. We compete in practice. We compete in the meetings. And, it starts from with Coach Snow when we get to the defense. And that area, Coach Snow is really, really competitive. Guys, we just take after him. Coach taught myself, Coach Robinson, Coach Saravo, the way that he wanted his defense to run and the way that he envisioned us guys out there playing and, the different defenses that he's had in the past that has been really well. So we kind of just all under the umbrella of Coach Snow, as you said, but, we just love to compete out there. Everybody's competing, the coaches, players. We all know that we're in it together, so it's actually fun. We're all out there just trying to dominate. We're still looking for the perfect game.
Now, bringing it back to the game, early in the first half, Tavon Young bats a ball that Tyler Medikevich intercepts. What do you think of that very impressive play from your star defensive back, Tavon Young?
It was a good job of him keeping his eyes where they belong. He played really good technique. He was able to move his feet, step and replace, and beat him inside. You don't want him to get inside of you in red 8. And Will Ford gave him a really good jab, step to the outside and come inside. And Tavon, just read his keys the way it was supposed to. And, he's able to get his hand in there and bat that ball down and help Tyler get another pick. How about Tyler? He's always around the football, right? He'll fly into the ball just to let you know the way we are. Guys actually fly into the ball. You get tips off of picks. I think Tyler got 4 interceptions and they all for tips. Him just flying to the football. He's always around the ball. So, that was a good play. You see those plays in practice every day. So when it happens there, it's just like, wow. You see it going live where everybody in the country get a chance to see it.
The first time you guys played Notre Dame, it was Matt Rule's first game as head coach. And I remember that practice that he talked to us after leading up to Notre Dame. And he said that a big part of going out there and trying to compete against Notre Dame is just getting a good pass rush. And that would help out the back end. And you eventually saw that happen 3 years later because you had Sharif Finch rush the quarterback and then Praise Martin Aguike picked off the football. Just you got in the red zone, and you guys early in that game in the first half made 2 big red zone stops that resulted in 2 interceptions, and then from first and goal at the 3 held them to a field goal. We all know that the Temple defense is a strength of this team, but how does that mentality change when a team's offenses get inside the 20?
I think you just don't want to let them score. That's a part of Coach Rule's plan to win. We got to have great defense down there in the red zone, so we don't want to let them score. When we get in the red zone, we want to win. So, it's just a part of our team goals and the things that we have. That's just a part of the plan to win. We just want to really fight. And, in reference to Temple defense being the strength of the team, I think that both sides, we play together. Our defense is so well because our offense is able to hold the football and do what they do well. Those guys are able to ground and pound guys and, just kind of physically make people quit. So when our offense does that, it gives us the energy to be able to go out and we don't have to play a whole lot. So, I would say it's just everybody together. It's our plan to win that we stick to, and it helps us go.
We're spending a few minutes with Coach Francis Brown on the official Temple University Football Coaches Show, powered by Peerless Spoilers. Peerless builds America's best spoilers. And Coach, Kevin Nagandi just did a tremendous piece on Sean Chandler, who was in and out of homeless shelters as a kid. You grew up in Camden, New Jersey, just like Champ. Can you just give us a little bit of some perspective of what it was like to grow up in Camden, New Jersey?
Just growing up in Camden is tough. It's rated the majority of the time one of the most dangerous cities in America, but it's really what you take from it. When I looked at it, I used that. They saying that Camden was tough, so I used that to go the opposite way, the same way that Champ does. We just want to make sure that we want to grind and show, that's where I'm from, but I'm not going to do the things that you guys always see happen there. I'm a different player. I'm a different person when it comes to that. I'm going to just work hard and be able to compete at whatever it is that I'm doing. As I said there, Champ was a really good kid. We've seen something in him. We've seen his work ethic. We've seen his grind and his chase for success. Champ doesn't want to stay in that same environment no more. He wanted to come to school and get a great education so that way he's able to do better for himself. The same way that Coach Matt Rule came and did for me, in 2003. Matt Rule came and recruited me, was able to get me out of Camden, so that way I was able to go and do different things for myself to help me to be able to go and provide for my family. And it's just a grind of wanting to go be successful. So I just figured we go back and try to do the same thing. So it's almost like history's repeating itself. I just think Champ might be a little bit better player than I was.
He's such a diligent player, and he just has such a good team attitude, especially going back to before he came here. He was taking that train back and forth to practice just to get a feel of this program. What makes Sean Chandler so unique? Because he's been a really special player, and I think it takes a special kid to overcome what he's been through.
His determination and his desire. The kid's a winner. The kid wants to win. He's just determined to be successful. Whatever it takes to do for him to be successful, he loves to compete. And, it's just Matt Rule, Sean Chandler, those guys, they all have the same thing. And those guys want to win. They don't just want to go to class and just pass this class. They want to go to that class and make sure they can get the highest grade they can possibly get. Just like Coach Rule doesn't just want to come in, coach, and be cool with us losing to Notre Dame, where everyone talks of that whole Notre Dame thing like you guys have. It's about being able to go out there and win. There's no moral victories in it. So, Champ's just a winner, man. He's determined to just go and be successful. And that's what I like most importantly about the kid.
Coach Matt Rule brought up at his press conference that a couple players on both sides of the ball are a little dinged up. Someone who was dinged up earlier in the season was Will Hayes. How important is it to have a guy like him back?
Will's getting himself back. I don't know the percentage of where he's at, but, he looked pretty good out there at practice today. He ran around a little bit, and he was flying to the football just as he does. It's important to have everybody back. We want everybody. This team, we're only as strong as our weakest player, whoever that may be, but we need everybody all the time. So anytime a guy is out, it's important, but we're preparing the next guy to be able to step in and just keep the train rolling. In that way, when the other guy comes back, he still knows he has to come back and compete. So, anybody that gets hurt at any position, any starter or backup, it always hurt a little bit. But, the next guy has to be ready to step up. And I think that's what Coach Rule does a good job of pressing our coaches to make sure that everyone's ready. The backups have to be ready. The starter has to be ready. And he has to know and understand that the backup will be able to take his spot at any moment. So, with Will being out, it hurt our team a little bit, in reference to him being one of the leaders, a senior guy. But he was able to get another guy step right in, and Nadell stepped in and was able to just go and continue to play the same way. So the boat's going to keep rolling.
When it comes to injuries, what's the latest on Tavon Young?
Tavon's getting better. Tavon, it wasn't really a bad injury. his knee was just swollen a little bit. You see, he finished the whole game. Knee was just a little swollen, so it's going down now. Javon will play Saturday.
We're talking to Francis Brown. Last one with Francis Brown on the official Temple University Football Coaches Show powered by Peerless Boilers. Matt Davis and Sutton, you've seen quarterbacks against some of these weaker teams really perform well against you guys this year. Like I remember the UMass game with Blake Fernapple and Tajay Sharp. What's the scouting report on Matt Davis and Sutton?
He's a good player, man. Very good player. We can make plays, do a lot of different things. We just got to try to contain him, move around, and just be ready to play. Just do our details that applies to our defense, and we'll be able to contain and do whatever it is that we need to do. But we have to do that. We have to do that one play at a time. Just be detailed and play the techniques that apply for that defense.
Coach Francis Brown, we appreciate a few minutes. Thanks so much.
You guys take care.